I don't care. That was pretty funny. That's going in the video. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode. And as you see in the background here, I'm on the tier maker list for Black Ops Zombies. That is right. We're going through each and every single zombies map here. And hold on, there are a few that I have not played, so I just want to keep that in mind here for this video. Dead Ops Arcade 1, 2, 3, 4. I've played them, but I'm putting them in the haven't played category because I feel like I haven't played them enough to really give them like a really good rating. You know, and you know what? I think I'm just gonna delete this because I don't need S plus. I just need something that's gonna. This is perfect right here because this would be good. You know, this would be perfect, great, good, average, trash. Okay, that's what we're gonna put it at. I can change the names if I want to, but we're gonna go through each and every single one of these suckers, and we'll explain every single one of the maps and what I think about each and every one of them. So, without further ado, we're definitely gonna go from. It looks like these are all in order from release order. So, and that's perfect because that's exactly how I actually thought about doing it. So, without further ado, let's just start with the very first map. Of course, we have Nocturne Untoten. So, here's the thing about Noct, which I believe everybody has had the same opinion about Noct. There's nobody that's had the same different opinion. And also, I know what you're wondering because I have done other tier lists in the past regarding this, but I don't think BO6 maps were involved in the rankings, so that's why I'm doing yet another one. And then maybe because I have played a few of these recently, so maybe my opinions have changed a little bit since then. You know, who knows? But if Noct still stands in the average tier for me, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Let's change the names. Perfect. Great. Good. Average. Trash. There we go. All right, so next up we got Noct, and then we got Verrucht. So the reason why Noct is in the average tier, of course, is simply because it's average. It's a bare bone map. It's bare bone survival. I cannot say that I would put it in like trash tier. Like I definitely would not put Nocturne into it in trash tier because it's the game that started it all, you know. So I wouldn't put it in trash. Is it a good map? It's fun to play if you want a bare bone survival, but I wouldn't say that it's good to play in a bare bone survival. It's just definitely average. I mean, it's nothing really there. You can either camp it out or you can either trade it out, depending on which part of the room you go into and everything. But it's not really much to say about Noct. It's just average. It's not really a whole lot of detail there, so we'll leave that at that. So next up we have Verrucht, and I did recently play Verrucht actually. I don't remember which game that I had played Verrucht on directly, but I do like Verrucht. I do actually like Verrucht. I do. I don't know if it's either average or good tier. I wouldn't say that it's a great map, but I do think that I'm debating. I'm heavily debating because I did recently play it and I actually have fun with it. I want to say it's low tier good. Personally, I like the difficulty of the map. Like, it's difficult, but it's not like World at War. It's a lot harder than World at War version is a lot harder than later versions, and it's just crazy to say that because World at War had the super sprinters. Round 7, the zombies were immaculately fast. Like they would just they tear me up a couple of times, but that's just a part of the Verrucht charm. You know, it's like that's the part of the charm for Verrucht that you gotta have. You know, each map has its own thing. Introduce the perks in Verrucht. Some people will probably put this in average tier. You know, low tier, average, high tier, average, whichever. I'm putting in low tier, good. That probably could be the opinion that changed, but I mean, if a lot of maps are in the good tier, then Verrucht is all the way back here. But for right now, it's going to be right here in this tier. Shinonuma, I'm going to put this, I want to put this above Noct if it lets me do it. There we go. Put this above Noct. So I'm not a fan of a lot of the jungle maps, and that's going to be a trend going forward here. Shinonuma is an okay map. I don't like the randomized perks in different 4 areas. The World at War version is probably one of the easiest maps you can play, just because of the fact that the zombies had like, what, a 23 zombie cap? I think it was 23 zombies. I haven't played it recently, but it isn't a terrible map, but I definitely think Verrucht had a lot more of the atmosphere really done well versus Shinonuma, which a lot of this from World at War anyways is a lot better. So Shinonuma is above Noct in average, but I think that Verrucht has the atmosphere down pat completely. Darius has good tier. It's going above Verrucht as well. This is probably one of the first, this is the first map that introduced Pack-a-Punch, and I mean, Pack-a-Punch has become a staple throughout the entire series. So, I mean, you have 4 perks. You have Pack-a-Punch, and also you also got oh god, the camping spot on the platform. It's also classic, just a classic zombies map to really look back on, and to really think about if you decide that you really want to do, or if you really want to have, what's the word I'm looking for? Like nostalgia. If you want to go back to play nostalgia, Darius is a good way to go. Which here soon I'll be uploading a Black Ops 1 video, me playing Keynote or Toten, and that's also another like nostalgia map to go back to as well. So, but Darius is good only because of what is introduced. It's small enough to not be complicated. The teleporters at least add a thing, and also I guess it's not, if you want to consider an Easter egg, it's the first Easter egg that they've introduced. It's not really a storyline Easter egg like the other maps, but it's the hide and seek Easter egg, which is still pretty cool, but it gives the map something, which is definitely what makes it a little better than this map. So Keynote or Toten. I recently did play Kino. BO1 Kino, I'm putting it above average just because it's nostalgia. It's definitely not a great or a perfect map. It's a great nostalgic map to go back to and play, but it's still not the greatest map that you can play at all. It's a fun map when you want something to just sit down, kill time with, just like Darius. However, there's not really much here for Kino. Like, that's why Darius is right here. Just the feelings that you get with Darius is just seemingly better than with the feelings you get with Kino to Toten. So it's like, you can think about it like as much as you want. The Kino to Toten atmosphere is also really good, but I'm trying not to let nostalgia blind me here either, because if nostalgia blinded me, I'd put it in top tier good above Darius. But I mean, there's no really, unless you're putting Kino up here or trash, all these maps right here were supposed to be, Kino also was supposed to be in World at War. So all of these were the first maps, essentially. And you can't really, I wouldn't say that you could put them in trash tier, because, I mean, honestly, if you're putting Noct in trash tier, I think that's just a skill issue on your part. I'm just going to be honest with you. You can't play zombies, because Noct started it all. So it's like, you know, you put Noct in trash tier, then you might as well put all the other zombie maps in trash tier, because if you're bad at surviving, man, just say it, you know? Like, but I think all these should be nothing past average or good. So there's no wrong answer with these if it's average or good categories. But above it, no. There's no real reason to do that. 5. This is going to be crazy, because I actually like 5. I think 5 is a fun and challenging map. I didn't like it when I was younger. Now, if you asked me when I was younger, trash. Because, again, I've said this before in my last one, I believe. Challenging does not mean bad. Just because it's challenging doesn't mean it's a bad map. And 5 is 100% in that category because of the fact that it's challenging. People didn't give it a chance, and I think that sucks because 5 is a good map. You got the Pentagon Thief, which is freaking crazy. You got the top floor area. The only downside, which is what they fixed, of course, in Classified later, which is where? Right here. Classified later fixed most of those problems with the Pentagon Thief missing. So that's why, like, it's not as good. But 5 had the atmosphere down pat. It was just a random map that they definitely made for fun. And it's hard, but it's not so hard that it's boring. You know, it's a fun map to play if you want to kill time, because, you know, it's always good to have the games to have a difficult, challenging map, but also your simple, you know, map that you could go to and play when you just want to kill time, which is what honestly BO6's start had. And also did really good with Terminus and Liberty Falls. You had a Terminus, the challenging map, which wasn't really that challenging, and you had Liberty Falls, the casual map that a lot of people did end up playing, mostly for camo grinding. But Kino and 5 in that same category. BO3 when they had the Giants and Shadows in the same category. But BO4, yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So next is Ascension. Ascension is a decent map. I've never been a massive fan of Ascension, though, unfortunately. But I do think that I am going to give it its flowers. I'm going to put it right here under 5, though, in the good category. I do think it's a good map. The monkeys are annoying. I never really enjoyed myself on the map, but I can definitely see where a lot of people are at with the map, you know, being good. Like, I personally don't want to put it in trash category because I just feel like it's not fair to put it either in average or trash, because they kind of did add some more perks to the game with Ascension, of course. They added Stamina Up and a PhD. So they did add some new things to the map Ascension, but other than that, I mean, it's an okay map. It's not really, but it's definitely better than Doris and Verrucht, most definitely. It's better than 5? I don't think so. I can't say that Ascension is better than 5, in my opinion, but I will say that I will give it its flowers, and we'll say it's a good map. Call of the Dead. I did play this recently as well. I think Call of the Dead is a great map. I like Call of the Dead. I'm not going to say it's a perfect map because it's not perfect. The ice does slow you down a little bit. George is annoying sometimes, and he has a lot of health. 250,000 health per player. It's fucking insane, dude. But it is a fun map to play, and they really, really did nail, again, the atmosphere of the map in here, which is why I like it so much when I do play it. It is a great map. The layout is sometimes a little difficult to understand, which, I mean, you get used to that. It's the same. I mean, a lot of maps are the same. You get used to the layouts as it goes. But Call of the Dead, definitely probably the highlight of Black Ops 1 Zombies, to be honest with you. And that's just my opinion entirely. But yeah, not much to go off here. Great boss. George, a great boss. Annoying, but he's a great boss. Good atmosphere. And the fall could be toned down a little. Shangri-La. Oh boy. Shangri-La. I told you. Jungle maps. Oh man. Average. But I'm putting it above Kino. I think it's I'm not a jungle map person. And, you know, I like Doris and Verrucht. I would play Doris and Verrucht over Shangri-La any day of the week for me. It's tight spaced. It doesn't make it a trash map because it's hard. So I'm not gonna say that it's this. It's definitely not trash. But it is average in my eyes because I don't have a lot of fun playing on Shangri-La, to be honest with you. To be completely honest, I don't have a lot of fun playing it. I've played it those couple times. I haven't played it recently, but I do know 100% that I'm not going to rate it any higher than average in my eyes. It It can go right or left, but in my eyes, it can't go up or down. So it's just average for me. Didn't really build a whole lot upon the last map, which they still got stamina up and stuff in the game, but it's just not something that I just want to pick up and play for, for different reasons, Next is Moon, and I'm going to put Moon right here in, oh my God. Wait, what? The flying, there you go. Right here by 5. I'm going to put it in good tier. It's a decent map. The anti-gravity is something that you definitely have to get used to. But I'm not going to say that it's insanely bad or anything. So it's not average because the Easter egg is fucking amazing. Which, by the way, Ascension introduced the very first Easter egg quest in Zombies. So that's that there. But it doesn't have a boss like 5 does. Moon, of course, had the astronaut boss, I guess you want to consider him being, who takes away your perks when he runs into you, usually Juggernog. And also the stupid, oh God, what are they called? Little excavation things, whatever, that comes in and ruins the map. Oh, I fucking hated those damn things. I hated them. I hated them so much. But it made it a good map. It actually had good... The Moon had some good stuff, but I wouldn't say that it's a great map. It's still... It's a little complicated of a map, like when you get started, like Area 51, and of course... When you want to get, you decide, hey, I want to get Juggernog, okay? You stay at Area 51, save up points, get Juggernog, then you go down. Okay, I need Jug again. Well, you go back, and guess what? It's Speed Cola. Now you got to go back again just to get Jug. So there are a few things that just need to be definitely changed a little bit for that. So... But yeah. Now, in terms of these, I think I'm just going to put these in not play category just because of the fact that I consider these to be kind of in the same boat. A lot of people don't because they say that it's a different experience with the guns. But, I mean, besides that Varuk doesn't have super sprinters, I don't think, there's not really much of a difference between BO1 and World at War. Like the remasters, because it's not really a remaster, really. They're just... You just threw in the same BO1 guns and everything like that, and that was pretty much about it. So it's not really much I could say about these that I haven't already said before. Other than I believe it was a fun addition to add for the game. Transit. So, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add... Oh, my God. No, that... Oh, that's not good. There we go. Can I add in another tier here? Oh, yeah, add a row below. There we go. Bad. Okay. So, here's what's going to be pretty funny. And that is, I made transit as its own category. So, transit. It's another nostalgic map. Okay, it's another map that has nostalgia implemented. However, it's not trash. It's not a trash map like we all talked about it was back in 2012. It's been 14 years now, which is fucking insane. Since Transit has come out, and it definitely just had technical limitations at the time. And that's the unfortunate part about Transit. Is it would have been so much better, but they just didn't have the technology then to be able to have it as full potential. So Transit is sitting in the bad category for me because of the fact that it has nostalgia. When you go back and play Transit, you're playing it because of the bad shit that happens. Like, you're playing it because the bus leaves you. You're playing it because Ted kicks you off the bus. You're playing it because Avogadro is a fucking dickhead. Like, you're playing it for the bad shit that happens on Transit. Like, it is bad, but it's not like trash bad. Like, you're going back and playing it for the fun, stupid shit that happens, even though, like, it was more ambitious than what technology allowed. So, that's the unfortunate part about Transit. However, this next map, Bus Depot, is in the trash category. it's not the same as Noct, right? It doesn't have the same atmosphere as Noct. It has lava. It is also there's no perks in this map. It's also insanely, so like, you have enough room for you to do it, but the amount of weapons are just terrible in BO2. And for here, you got an MP5 on the wall and what, M14 and an Olympia, I think, in the main room. I haven't played it in a while. I believe that's what it is. And then you got the mystery box, which at best, if you have the DLCs, is the ray gun Mark II. Like, oh boy, howdy! I tell you what, no, it's trash. It's really hard to do that. And the ray gun Mark II and the ray gun Mark I are both kind of underpowered, to be honest, in this game. So getting to round 30 on this map is pretty friggin' impressive. But yeah, Bus Depot, trash. It's not something I go back and play every now and then. It's not a nostalgic map. It's literally none of that. It's trash all the way around, and I do not suggest people play it. Farm, I'm going to put Farm above Noct in average because it's another basic survival map. Not kind of on the same lines as Kino, but I'm definitely not putting it above Shino Numa because Shino Numa is actually kind of a nostalgic map. Farm is a little bit of a nostalgic map, which is really nice. By the way, I actually replay the modded remaster map, a remake of the map, on BO3, which was actually pretty fucking insane. It's a really good map. But I'm definitely going to put it above Noct because it has more than Noct. And it is kind of fun to play. It does have a little bit of a nostalgia, like when I think back on it. I did hop on Farm a couple of times, but definitely not as many times as Town, which I'm putting in good tier. Town is actually probably the best map that you can play on BO2. Like, if you go and play BO2, like base maps, hold on. Base maps, BO2, Town is probably the best one that you can play. It has everything you need, pack a punch. It has 6 perks, I believe. If you get a buddy, you can still do the tombstone glitch, in which you get your 4 perks, and then when you go down, you come back the next round, buy tombstone again, the 2 perks you're missing, and then get your tombstone, and guess what? You got all the perks in the map. So I mean, it's not really a glitch, but you get free perks. I mean, come on. But I definitely don't think it has the atmosphere like Verruct, and I don't think it definitely has anything better than what the rest of these guys up here offer. So, Town, definitely a good tier. Nuketown, though, I'm putting it bottom tier average. I am not a fan of the Nuketown map. The random perk spawns are insufferable because, oh god, my light went out. All right, it took me a minute to fix. That was pretty random. Don't know what happened. Light just cut out. But anyways, yeah, Nuketown. The random perk drops are just definitely a thumbs down for me in this map. I mean, you can get Juggle around 30, which of course, skill issue. Once again, I get it, because if you're bad at the map, challenging map doesn't mean bad. Challenging does not mean bad. However, Nuketown is a little bit of a different story. So, I mean, again, a lot of people wanted Nuketown a long time ago. Like, I remember I was a kid, BO1, Nuketown Zombies was like a pretty big thing. Like, if I remember correctly, I myself as a kid, I was like 10 or 11, wanted Nuketown Zombies. No idea why. I just thought it was a fun thing to do, was play Nuketown Zombies. And so they released it, but it just wasn't, if they really had it as a normal Zombies map, and in which the perks didn't drop randomly, maybe it wouldn't have been as terrible. But it still just isn't a map that I really think fondly of, or or just go back to play if I ever go back to play. So yeah, that's going in there. Die Rise. I don't need to say anything else. This is the, you know what? This is, I hate Die Rise. Oh man, I thought about doing a part 3 of the box roulette challenge for Die Rise, and I have yet to do it because both times I about lost my sanity on Die Rise, the box roulette challenge. The This is the worst map ever made. this is the worst map they've ever done. And people are thinking back fondly on this. The remake is better, thank God, because PhD exists. But original? Oh God. Let's move on to Mob of the Dead. Perfect map. I don't need to say anything else about it. The atmosphere is great. The characters are magnificent. The Easter egg is also magnificent. The map layout is challenging, but it's fun to play challenging. It's not challenging like Transit, where it's bad and it's not fun to play unless you're looking for the bad shit, okay? But back then, Mob of the Dead was a breath of fresh air when it came out. So it's definitely perfect map. Perfect map that first perfect map they've ever done, funnily enough. Like all these BO1 maps and World at War maps are all in the good and average tier because they started the series. They started the maps on what they become later. And cats. And all of this has built up to that specific map. Beautiful. Buried. I think Buried is a good map. I do. I think Buried is a good map. I think I am going to put it above Ascension, but below 5. But I do like Buried. I think Buried was another, like, breath of fresh air because it's an easy map and people consider easy bad too, which, again, that shouldn't be the case. Like, again, they had Town as your go-to map usually for Transit because Transit was so bad. So finally, they had another map that casual people can play casually without having to stress and worry about dying all the time, you know? So Buried was a good map in that regard. I played Buried all the time. I liked Buried, and I still think Buried is a good map, even though it is an easy map to get set up on everything on round 1, go through the motions and everything. It's still a good map in my eyes. So Buried, good map. Oh God, Arthur Leroy is what the community called him. Great character, like in the lore, insanely good. So Buried, putting that in good. Origins, another perfect map. Do I think it's better than Mob of the Dead? No, but it is a perfect map. I do think that Origins had the perfect setup, which is the very first one that they ended up copy and pasting later on, which is of course involving the wonder weapons and the Easter egg step. But this was the first iteration of them doing so. But eventually people get tired of that. Like, I myself have got tired because, like, BO6, the last 2 zombie maps, and actually no, even Liberty Falls did the same thing, and I'm pretty sure Terminus did. You had to have a wonder weapon and different variations of that wonder weapon to finish the end. It just didn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that part. But that is going up in the perfect. Origins was a fucking gorgeous map, and it deserves to be in a perfect tier, man. I don't know what to tell you. It deserves to be perfect. Origins is great, and it definitely led to the next best map in Call of Duty history in terms of Treyarch, anyways. Because now we're going to Advanced Warfare. This is Outbreak. Oh, Outbreak. I like the layout of Outbreak. Okay, I do. I like the layout of Outbreak, but I still think it's a bad map because it's Advanced Warfare. I do not like Advanced Warfare zombies. Infection is trash. Carrier is also bad. Descent isn't as bad. But I think this is the order right here. My light is flickering again. I've had bad luck with lights, dude. I've had some very, very bad luck with lights. You understand? This is my third studio light. Okay, I have this one right here that sits on my desk. I had a second one, and when I went to pick it up, like out of my desk, it got caught on one of the pieces, and the piece fell off, so the wire was sticking out. I've had 2 of these big ones, and it had the same thing happened to the last one. I pulled it, I was like dragging it, and it got stuck on my desk, and the wire thing pulled out, so the USB piece was just empty. So that happened like every fucking time. I had bad luck with lights, dude. Like, it's fucking crazy. But anyways, all the Advanced Warfare maps are in bad or trash tier. Infection is the worst zombies experience I've ever had. The worst zombies experience I've ever had. I cried, I think, when I played Infection for that Advanced Warfare video. It broke me, man. Like, I'd never want to play Advanced Warfare Zombies ever again. Like, Descent and Carrier aren't as bad of maps, but they're still bad. Like, they're still bad. Like, Outbreak, like, Descent had a nice looking aesthetic. I like the aesthetic of Descent, which is why I put it above Outbreak. Outbreak was the first Zombies map, which was simple, but the Advanced Warfare mechanics ruined the map. Just, terrible. Awful. I hate Advanced Warfare Zombies. A lot of people like it now, apparently, but I don't. I can't say that I like it. Shadows of Evil. A mixture between Mob of the Dead and Origins. I'm putting it at number 1. Perfect. Shadows of Evil. We're here in BO3 now. Oh, man. I love me some Shadows of Evil. This is the best map they've ever created. Hands down. There's no other argument there. Okay, I don't care what you gotta say. Shadows of Evil is the best map they've created since, and they have not topped it since then. Okay, it's. I don't think it's gonna be topped either. Personally, at this point, like, they've really disappointed me with the direction they're going with zombies now. It's so sad that I don't even want to talk about it. So, Shadows of Evil. Nothing enough said. It's a mixture between Mob of the Dead and Origins, and it works so well. It works so great. So instead of the excavation sites and the parts you pick up, you're literally doing it for the worms, and it's great. It's a wonderful map, and it deserves perfect. I don't care what you say. The Giants, which is also a part of, BO3 and Derice, which I'm putting in our play category because it's the same for me. I think it's the same. They kind of play the same. The guns are different, which makes it a little easier, but they're the same layout. Like, I'm not gonna put it in the same level above or below Derice because it's still Derice. Like, it's still Derice, so I don't really understand. Horizon Rock, another perfect map. I'm gonna put it right here below Shadows of Evil, above Mob of the Dead. Sorry, Mob, but you guys are the epitome of zombies maps. Zetsubo no Shima. See, I borderline bottom tier great and top tier good. I'm gonna put it in top tier good. I'm not a Zetsubo fan. I used to put it down here in bad but I've come to respect it more. I'm gonna put it in top tier good. I don't think it's great. I'm not a fan of the jungle maps, but it's just too many parts, man. Too many parts for Zetsubo. For me, it's just too many parts, too much headache. So I'm putting it in top tier good, but it definitely does not mean it's bad in any way possible, shape, or form. Garad Crovey, another perfect map. I'm sorry. Garad, GK, you have my vote as one of the greatest COD maps of all time. Of all time. That's, greatest map. All right, GK, dragons. Come on, man. Fucking a dragon is in here. All right, it's crazy. Like, this map is just, it blends so, I love the atmosphere of it. Just the dragons and everything in Russia, just for some reason it blends so well together. Like, it meshes so well. And I just think it's a perfect map. I love playing Garage Crovey. A lot of people don't like it, but I love it. Love GK. Can't say anything bad about GK, to be honest. I haven't had anything really that, besides maybe the introduction of the Manglers that they've reused constantly, even though a lot of the maps in Cold War and stuff like that is in America, and places that aren't Russia, but to each his own, I guess. But yeah, GK, perfect map. Nothing really else to say. Revelations, I'm gonna say good, but below Zetsubo. It's what the fans wanted at the time, but it's just a big remaster Palooza type map, I guess you could call it. Like, it's still not great. So it's good. It's fun to play, but it's just not great of a map to do. But I'm definitely going to say that BO3 was, of course, the peak of the series. Because look, 3 maps are in the perfect tier, 2 maps are in the good tier. This was 2015, best time for zombies to come out. And of course, we got the collection down here, which I'm going to just put not played. Because again, as I stated, they all are kind of in the same category for me. I don't really see a difference between them besides besides the fact that they just had different weapons. Just have the easier weapons. BO3 is easier of a zombies game than BO1, so I'm not gonna rate it that just because they have different weapons. Now moving on to Infinity War. Zombies in Spaceland. Oh boy. Zombies in Spaceland. I did play this map and I thought it was good, but I'm going to put it above Ascension. Good. I like Zombies in Spaceland. IW zombies are a little hard to determine. So Zombies in Spaceland was a fun map to play. It probably was the best map that they had in their map list that they had going on. It was a fun map to play. It was colorful. It had its own identity, which was nice. It was nice to see that it had its own thing, especially after like BO3 zombies did their own thing. This was definitely their highlight map. Because Raven the Redwoods, no, absolutely not. Raven the Redwoods, definitely. I play that over Nuketown, but I don't think that it's greatest map, and I think the same goes for the rest of them. Like I wasn't really impressed, and the Beast from Beyond was bad. I didn't like the Beast from Beyond. I'd prefer to play. Oh my god, did I just do that? That's crazy. Hold on. Oh no, no. All right, that's better. I would prefer to play Advanced Warfare Zombies than Beast from Beyond. To be honest, I didn't like it. I think that it was. I think that it was definitely not. I mean, they were fun, but just Beast from Beyond definitely not for me. Attack of the Radioactive Thing, Shadow and Shelf, and Raven Redwoods, all fun maps. Again, there were more maps that had each their own personalities, but not something that I play all the time. So Zombies in Spaceland was definitely their good ones. Was definitely the best one. But these middle 3 maps, I mean, still average. Like, they're still decent maps to play. Like, if you want to play them, like, hop on it. I mean, you'll probably have fun with it. It's average, but they're not great. They're not Shadows of Evil level maps and how they play. But the Final Reich, oh man, I actually like the Final Reich. I played this recently, and I like the atmosphere they were going for this map. And I'm going to put it in good. And the same for Grossenhaus. I'm also going to put it in good tier. I really liked Grossenhaus and the Final Reich. I thought that these maps, like the atmosphere they gave off, really sold it on everything. It really sold me on the possibility that World War II Zombies was off to be something great. They did disappoint you, unfortunately, because the Darkest Shore is a bad map. So is the Shadow Throne. The Tortured Path, that's trash. Don't even get me started on that. So is literally all of this, because it is all of this, except for the Frozen Dawn. I apologize. Not good. Like, not good at all. The Frozen Dawn is a decent-ish map, but I'm putting it over here in average tier. The Shadow Throne, the Darkest Shore, they were okay. Like, but they weren't the best. Like, Frozen Dawn was a fun map to play, but I don't even want to talk about the Tortured Path. I don't even want to talk about the Tortured Path. They were so bad. They were so boring. I've never been so bored in my life in a game of zombies except when I played fucking Vanguard zombies. Like, it was boring. It was so boring. Like, it's so boring. At least the other maps kept me invested. Like, the Darkest Shore and the Shadow Throne kept me invested when I played them. The Final Reich and Groston House, they sold me so well on what I think the series would become. And they fumbled the ball big time, in my opinion. Frozen Dawn was a fun map, though. I actually liked Frozen Dawn. That was decent of a map. But in the end, World War II zombies, man, just really didn't sell me on their zombies at all. All right. Voyage of Despair is next on the list. And this is another trash map. Voyage of Despair. Oh, God. I've never been so bummed out on a zombies map than Voyage of Despair. Like, it's so sad that from 2016, like, we waited for zombie maps for 3 years. We left from these perfect masterpieces of maps. And can you win it? Sit there. Stop flickering. We really went from these masterpieces to Voyage of Despair. Like, the premise of it is cool. You're on the Titanic. Oh, it's cool. It's awesome. It's on a boat. It's on the fucking Titanic, for God's sakes. But it's terrible. Like, it is so bad. It's not fun to play at all. For one, on the BO4 engine. BO4 engine is terrible anyways. Like, 9 is actually a good map. Funnily enough, I would play that over Zombies in Spaceland. 9 was fun. I didn't think I'd have as much fun with 9 than, I didn't think I was having as much fun than I thought I did. Like, I had a lot of fun with 9. Like, each 4 areas of the map, it worked well with BO4's engine because the 4 perks that they had, it worked really well with what they were going for. That's why 9 is a good map. That's why it works so well. But for Voyage of Despair, Blood of the Dead, another trash map. No. People are, that I've seen online, are talking about how good Blood of the Dead is. And it makes me so mad. Okay? If Blood... The reason why Mob of the Dead was so good was because the characters, the story, it was all there. For this one, for Blood of the Dead, they didn't need to do any add-ons. They just needed to remaster the map. They didn't need to remake it with more rooms added on. They just needed to remaster it. Fuck, even if they added the same 4 fucking characters, like, even if they added, was it Premise? Is it not Premise? Is it Premise? I don't even remember. Timeline's fucked. Even if they added them in Blood of the Dead, I'd be fine with that. Okay? In the same original map with updated graphics and the old Black Ops 3 engine. This map would have been fucking great because they upgraded it. But it's not. People are saying that it's good, but it's not. It's terrible. It is awful to play in the, for one, BO4 engine. Of course, I'm going to say it again. It's awful to play in that engine. And they tainted it. They definitely tainted Mob of the Dead in my eyes with Blood of the Dead. I may be being a little too harsh, possibly by putting in trash. But I just know that my last time playing it, I didn't want to go back to this. I didn't at all, personally. Let's just move on. Classified, I'm going to put Classified right here. No. Because there's only a few things that I like that they did better. But I do think that I'm going to put it probably under Knocked. So Classified, I know I talked to Big Game earlier, and I think I did rank it higher in the last video. But now as I'm thinking on it, besides, like, for one, the Pentagon Thief was the main reason why 5 was better. And, of course, the Black Ops 4 engine makes the game a little bit easier to play. They did buff the Winter's Howl, which was a plus. Didn't buff it by much. But it's probably definitely one of the highlights of the like the final two maps, that the final two, you know, Jesus, I can't think of the names right now. Non-chaos maps that we have. Okay. So yeah, Dead of the Night. I think Dead of the Night is bad. I don't like Dead of the Night. I definitely would rather play it over Advanced Warfare and these shits. I didn't like Dead of the Night. I didn't like. I remember I spun the box. Okay, I went in and I gave myself like 50,000 points or something like that. And I went in and spun the box because I just wanted to do the Easter egg, you know, with cheats, whatever, because whatever. I was just killing time. And I went in, I had 50,000 points. I spun the box for as many points as I had. And I didn't get the wonder weapon one time, which of course that could have been RNG luck. But the problem is that building the gun is fucking painful. This map is painful to deal with, which a lot of the BO4 maps are Easter egg wise, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it, so that's why it's going right here in bad. I didn't like the map. I didn't like the werewolves. I didn't like the vampires. I didn't like it. So it's just staying here in bad. Ancient Evil. Oh man, last time I played this map, I really enjoyed myself. I did. Ancient Evil was really fun. I really liked playing Ancient Evil. And I'm just going to put it right here. You know, let me put it below 9. Because 9 definitely was better in a lot of aspects than Ancient Evil. But Ancient Evil definitely was fun to play. So, Ancient Evil, good. It's a good map. Alpha Omega. Bad. Another Nuketown redo. That's all I need to say. It's just another Nuketown redo with actual perks, but in the BO4 engine, and with with premise and whatever the other side of the fucking character names are. I don't remember the group name. Togger Toten. It's definitely not as good as Call of the Dead original, but I'm definitely going to put it probably right here in. Let me put it above classified. Like, I think Togger Toten is okay. They got rid of the fog problem, but of course they also got rid of George. Like, there's a trend here. They get rid of the stuff that made the map good. If they had the boss zombies in both classified and Togger Toten, like if they had George and Tog and they had the Pentagon Thief in classified, that would have been fucking great, man. It would have made the maps like so much better in my eyes, I think. But yeah, not a big fan of Togger Toten. It's okay. It was the final map of the crew, quotation marks, but still not up there. The Machine, Cold War, first map of Call. Oh my god, what just happened? What did I just do? Oh, I took it out of presentation mode. Okay, that makes sense. All right, that's fine. Oh man, all right, where did I put it? I don't even know where I put it. Oh, The Machine. There we go. I found it. I like D Machine, and I am honestly, because I've played D Machine a lot, I'm going to put it underneath Zetsubo. I think D Machine is a good map because it's fun to play. It is a reskin of Nox, and I do get that. However, it has its own place. There wasn't many times in which I was actually inside the map of Nox, because I was usually training zombies around either the front area, the plane area, the underneath, like in the facility area, or out where the fucking river spot was. I was rarely in Nox. Even when they did the roof method, I didn't really do that. So D Machine, I thought it was a good map. I like playing D Machine, and I thought it was a lot of fun. Firebase Z, however, I am putting Firebase Z in average. It's not the best map. It definitely falls in an average category, especially when they put that patch in where they put the, like, you know, there used to be the method where you jump from the little porch railing or whatever to the other side and you could save your points. Yeah, they patched that and it just kind of like ruined the map. It just ruined it. Like it completely ruined it. But Firebase Z was okay to play, but it still wasn't my first go-to map. Honestly, between Firebase and D Machine, I still play D Machine. I played Firebase for a couple of times, but I still stuck with D Machine usually because it was just a lot of fun to play. Now we got Outbreak, Cold War Outbreak. It's top tier bad. Now, I hear you out here. A lot of streamers really like Outbreak. Wonder why that is, because it gave them content. However, I did play Outbreak a lot. I'll be honest, I did. Knowing that it was boring, which it was. I was bored out of my mind a lot. However, I did get COVID a couple of times, and both times that I did have COVID, I really just wanted to sit down and kill time, and that's what I played, was just Outbreak on Cold War. That or D Machine. Those are the two things I played because, for whatever reason, I bust out a sniper rifle and Outbreak and just snipe zombies. That's usually what I did, and then that was it. I just literally moved on, did all the quests, and did it on my own. That was it. It was still bad. It was still a bad experience. It got boring after a bit. But I definitely can see where people are coming from when they don't like it and they put it in trash tier. But I don't think like it's boring. It is boring, but it was definitely something that they did for the people, of course, that were under lockdown and everything. And it did help with that because it was casual, so it was okay. It was definitely okay, but it's not something. It's something that I just hope they don't do again, which they already did with Operation Deadbolt, which I'd never played because I never bought NW3. And apparently it was kind of the same for Ashes of the Damned and BO6, which I have not, BO7, which I have not played. And I don't plan on playing it. I don't want that cancer on my computer. I don't want it on my PlayStation or my Xbox. So BO7 is not going to be touching any of my consoles, the same as MW3. It did not touch any of my consoles. So Mauer der Toten. This one is good. I liked Mauer. This was verticality done right. I've said this plenty of times as well. This is what Die Rise should have been, in which, again, verticality done right. And what I mean by that is you got the 3 buildings. Each one has zip lines that went up. Zip lines. Zip lines. What? Look at that. Fucking zip lines. It was a fun map to play. I did like the setting of where the map was. A lot of people really thought back then that it was going to be like another Keynote or Toten. It was great. I did like Mauer. Mauer was a fun map to play, especially for like the Cold War mechanics, because a lot of people hate the Cold War mechanics, but I didn't think it was bad. Like, it was a mixture between BO3 and Modern Warfare 19, but Mauer and D Machine were right there neck and neck for being good maps. Forsaken is top tier average. I didn't like it as much. I did play it a couple of times. I did stream like a high round run. I got to like round 70 or something on Forsaken, but that was like years ago. It's okay. I got bored after a bit playing it. The Wonder Weapon is insanely fucking cool. It's the only one of its kind, I believe, where it transforms from a melee weapon to a gun. That's pretty fucking cool, to be honest. So Forsaken, top tier average. It's okay. It's fun to play, but it's just not something that you'd probably pick. If you were to go down the list of Cold War zombies maps, Forsaken isn't the first one that pops out. It'd either be Mauer or D Machine. That's just my opinion. Oh boy, here we go. This is the only map that from the World at War time period that I'm going to be adding onto this list, simply because there's enough changes to this map that changes the way the map actually plays and the way the map actually flows. And this is the only one, because the other maps that they remastered, they didn't change any directions in which you go. It wasn't a remake. This was a full-on map remake. Duran Fong, trash. Terra Maledicta, trash. The Archon, trash. Shino Numa, great. That's right, I said it. The only great map in Vanguard Zombies was Shino Numa remake. And why? Because they added on that spot to the left, and it made a great fucking training area. But again, it was a remade map. A remade map, it wasn't an original idea. It was a remade map. Because they have no better ideas. The other maps they made were fucking garbage. Duranfong, fucking garbage. Terra Maledicta, fucking garbage. The Archon, copy and paste of Terra Maledicta, but in green. Fucking garbage. All three of these maps are garbage, besides the boss fight. If you want to consider the boss fight in a separate thing, which I never did the boss fight because I didn't care enough about Vanguard, that's on you. But trash tier, a lot of them, I don't want to play these fuckers ever again. I recently played Duranfong, and I about killed myself. Okay, that was very, very boring, and I don't plan on doing that again. So, BO6 it is. Last once. BO6. Here's where the list gets interesting, because Terminus, great map. I liked Terminus. I really did enjoy Terminus. I thought that, of course, it's not as good as Mob of the Dead. It was like a predecessor of Mob of the Dead because it was a prison map, but it was a fun map to play. It was great. They had great training areas. They also had like some insane areas where you could like, sit and camp at, and it was fun to play. It was fun to fucking play. And that's why I like Terminus. It's great. I thought Terminus was a great map. In and out. Definitely better than what they did in Cold War Zombies, but definitely not better than what they've done for BO3 Zombies, of course. So where does that leave Liberty Falls? Liberty Falls is bottom tier good. Okay? A lot of people probably would put it lower than that. However, really good for camo grinding. It was a simple map for people to play. And you know what? Since I've said that, let me put it in top tier average. How's that? Top tier average. Liberty Falls. The Liberty Falls is my most played map as well, but only because of the fact that it was so much easier to camo grind on this map than any other map possible on the game. Liberty Falls, top tier average. You can put it in bottom tier good. I mean, it's up to your opinion. This whole list is my opinion, but it's a decent map to play if you just want to kill time in BO6. And I didn't mind it as much as I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be a trash map because it looked like it was going to be another version of Outbreak, but Liberty Falls works pretty well for a zombies map. It's unfortunate, though, that two of the very last maps of the series is basically Liberty Falls. I mean, basically. But we'll get to that in a minute. Citadel Day More. Another great fucking map. And I'm putting this above Call of the Dead. This Citadel Day More, people hated on this map when it came out. I remember plainly because I was dogging my ass on this map day one. Like, I was so excited for this map to come out. I played it at work. I played it at home. I played it every fucking chance I could get. Citadel Day More, just because it's a small castle map that everybody complained about, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's great. I enjoyed the map. The layout is fucking fantabulous. You start in front of the castle with a fucking statue that ends up being the boss fight, by the way, which is even crazier. You start there in front of the castle. You go through the shops and stuff in there. You make your way to the front. You blow a hole in the fucking castle. I just want to point that out. And you still, you don't go far into it, but at least you get to the front area and you get to the down below parts. And it wraps around nicely and it wraps like a tight little bow. It does what it needs to do. And it was fun to play. The swords were great for weapons. They were fucking fabulous. But unfortunately, from here on, this is where BO6 maps kind of go downhill for me. So the Tomb, bottom tier, I mean, the Tomb isn't bad. And I think personally, I definitely would rather play these. No. I would rather play Knocked or Above than the Tomb. It was disappointing. To be a sequel to Origins, very disappointing. Just the Ice Staff existed. This was a very, very rushed map that they created. Come on, a little hair. And the Easter egg was difficult, but it was fun. I use that word fun a lot. But it was disappointing. Very disappointing map. And the last two, Shattered Veil and Reckoning. Shattered Veil is the mansion map. I do think that Shattered Veil falls in the average category. It's a fun map to play because it's the mansion. And I like the amount of space that's in the map. But for where BO6 started, they had such a great start. Citadel Day More, man, gave me just the same vibes I had when I was a kid in 2015 when the Rise and Drop came out. 2016 when GK came out, and I was watching, Pat and all them play GK on a live stream for the first time. I had those same feelings with Citadel Day More. I watched fucking Waffles all the time, like every day. I have his fucking YouTubes over there. You know what? Hold on. During this time, I seriously went online and bought his YouTubes when he was advertising it. Because of the fact that I was watching him so much. I was like, you know what? I'm watching him so much. I might as well just have his shit in the room with me, So I literally got his YouTubes because of Citadel Day More. Like, because I watched his videos a lot and I don't understand what happened. Like, the hype, and of course they used AI, which is part of the reason why I decided to take a step back from BO6 as well. Because I was very disappointed with the route they were going with the AI usage, with how they were treating their fucking voice actors. Like, the Tomb, they didn't say a single fucking word. It was reused voice lines from the last three fucking maps. No. This one and Reckoning, I didn't like Reckoning at all, period. I'm putting it bottom tier average. I don't think they were bad, but I don't think they were good. They're just bottom. They're just average. Like, they were just there to play. But it wasn't a Liberty Falls average. Shattered Veil had the mansion, which was nice. But unfortunately, again, they all kind of line up here because all of them take place right by Liberty Falls. Like, they already had those maps planned out to be the final ones. The Janus Towers, and the Janus Towers in the corner that you can see from Liberty Falls. And then the mansion, which you can see in Liberty Falls if you pull out a fucking helicopter, and you can kind of see the top of it if you jump in the graveyard. But it's Liberty Falls, like 2.0 and Liberty Falls 3.0. It's all in the same general area. It's like, I don't know. It just seemed like they had the idea that Liberty Falls, Shattered Veil, and Reckoning were going to be one big map like fucking Outbreak. And that was going to be it. They was going to do Liberty Falls, Shattered Veil, Reckoning, and then have Citadel Day More and fucking Terminus as the two zombie maps that weren't going to be the open world. So they would have one whole big ass open world map with these two maps. Maybe Liberty Falls be its own map on the side, possibly, but this be that. But people, of course, were pissed because Outbreak fucking was boring and it sucked that they chose to sway away from it. That's what I think, personally. Personally, that's what I think. Because they just don't play the same as Citadel, and they definitely don't play the same as, like, they have another reused fucking weapon. Like the Ray Gun Mark II. Again, there's a new gun in Reckoning, and it's like the little alien-looking gun. I can't think of what the fucking name is. But it's not great. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. I shot it and I was like, wow, it takes forever to kill fucking zombies with this damn thing. And it did. I didn't like it. Shattered Veil, at least, with like the Ray Gun Mark IIs, for instance. I think the Wonder Waff was in the map, but I never got it. But it's better than Reckoning. But they went from Citadel, man. They dropped down from Citadel. They had Citadel right there at being such a good fucking map. It was such a great map. It was great vibes. People were excited for this map. And then they shitted on the community. Once January hit, they fucking took a big ass pile of nasty shit on your face when they released the Tomb. The Tomb didn't even seem like a map they were going to release either. Very small, very tiny map. I forgot about the tomb. Yeah, completely. So yeah, Citadel, Terminus, and the tomb possibly could have been 3 maps that they were just going to release as single maps. And then they were going to combine Liberty Falls, Shatterville, and Reckoning into one big open world map. Because they're in the same fucking area. Just makes me think that that's what the idea they had going forward. But they decided not to do it. Wonder why. Well, they made it into 3 maps that were completely worse than the rest. Tell you that. Like, the tomb was better than Reckoning in my eyes because the Ice Staff. The Ice Staff was a better wonder weapon. Reckoning had that crappy wonder weapon, and I wasn't a fan of it at all. Period. So, yeah. Anyways, that's my thought of BO6. BO7 Zombies, of course, not played, and it's not touching any of my. It's not gonna be infecting any of my devices with its garbage. So, this is my list for updated list for 2026. Updated zombie map tier list. What do you guys think? If you watched this all the way through, do you agree? Do you not? Leave me in the comments. If you do. If you watch this. I definitely do think that I'm not going to say that my list is the definitive list for this stuff. Like, of course, this is all subjected to everybody's opinions. However, I do want to go and see if I can here, I'm gonna do this. Can I? There we go. Perfect. Alright, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Alright. It probably froze for a second. I screenshotted that. So let's go back. Let's go and see what people's other things are. Okay. Oh my God. Who did this? Who? Oh. Mate. F tier. Infection. Understandable. Zombies in Spaceland. No. Verruct. No. Okay. 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 No. But why? What's the difference between Origins in BO3 and Origins in BO2 besides the weapons? I don't see. What the fuck? There's no difference. No. 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 Okay. No. No. Why? Why? Okay. No. Okay. No. 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 They at least improved it in Vanguard. But no. Come on. No. 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 Oh my God. I don't know who made this, but they're wrong. Moon and 5 in S tier. Oh Lord. Shangri-La. Oh, gross. Forsaken in B tier. Oh man, that's terrible. Terminus. Okay. Liberty Falls. Okay, that's about where I put it. No. No, no. How do you put Shadows, Dirt, Rise and Drop, Mob of the Dead, and Kino in the same fucking tier? You literally wouldn't have Shadows without Origins existing. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Who did this? This is bad. You put Blood of the Dead in the same tier. This is terrible. Okay, let's look at the. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, we'll never play Duran Fong. Okay, never played those. Oh, you put in remakes as its own tier. That makes sense. Worst map to ever exist: The Tortured Path. Awful. Okay. All right, I can see that. Bad. Okay. All right. Okay, Nuketown there. She knows a little low. Okay. Average. Shadow Throne. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah. 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 Grosset House. Good. Terminus. Final Reich. No. 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 Favorite is buried. Like, this makes me think that it's a casual player. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just makes me think phenomenal. Ancient Evil. I guess maybe that's his personal favorite. So maybe it's like he doesn't want to have an unbiased opinion. Phenomenal. Okay, you got Mob of the Dead up here. That's good. Incredible. Rave is fun, but it's not incredible. Shadows of Evil 9. Citadel. Thank you. Another Citadel lover. Dead of the Night. I mean, respectable, but Kino, I mean, I guess in terms of how much you let your nostalgia get to you. Okay, that one was better than whoever did this one. This one was fucking wrong. Oh my god. That one was just incorrect. I already see this one. Look at that. DE, Origins, and Shadows. Thank you for putting them in the same tier. They're the same fucking map. Oh my god. He had no... We're looking at this one. S tier, nothing. Ascension in A tier. 9, Zetsubo Shang, and the Final Reich in B tier. Radioactive Ashes and... Oh my god. I'm sorry. I don't think... I've had people tell me that Ashes of the Damned is actually pretty fun of a map. But I'm not going to play it. Ever. I will not. This guy does not have... So you've only played... the name. So you've only played one BO4 map, one Cold War map, no, 2 Cold War maps, and all Advanced Warfare. Oh, you fucking... That's terrible. Garbage. Dude, I don't even want to talk about what I see in this list. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about what I see in this list. We're going to click on it, though. S+. 3DE. Gorod. Respectable. Mob. Origins. Respectable. These 4 are respectable. The rest is not. Keynote. Toten. Why is Kino here? In BO3 S tier, S+, mind you, and Kino BO1 is here in B tier. What's the fucking difference? The map layout is the exact same. You just have different weapons. What the fuck? The map layout doesn't change. Like, the gameplay is different because the weapons are easier. You got better weapons in BO3, which is, like, it shouldn't change the outlook of the map, because just because the weapons are better doesn't mean the map layout gets better. Like, it doesn't mean the map plays better because of the fact that it has better weapons. Yeah, you might be faster, but it doesn't mean that it's still better. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That makes no sense. Liberty Falls in S tier? Get the fuck out of here. Van Dorn Farm. Okay, I get BO7. And oh no, get out. How do you have Noct in BO3 and C tier and Noct from World at War in D tier? How do you have Noct? How do you have Noct on the same level as Durok? Fuck. What the fuck? How do you justify this? How do you justify? How do you justify this? That's what I want to know. Can I rank this as shit? Oh, I can. How do you justify this, dude? How? I'm so confused. Oh, so this is the community ranking. So, all right. So I'm guessing in total, this is like the average, right? Is this the average of what people rate everything? Origins is like S plus completely. That's what I'm thinking. No. No. Okay, let's see what we got. S. Derice. What? Kino is not. Am I gay test? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck kind of ads am I getting on here? What? I'm dying. I'm dying. I did not expect to see that. That was. Oh. Hold on. Okay. All right. I need you to take a minute there. After that, that's. Anyways, all right. Let's get back. So, Kino and S tier for both BO1 and BO3. At least they're in the same list. But buddy, you definitely got your priority. Yeah, shit. Shit. Call of the Dead and Mob of the Dead, I can agree, like A. But and Terminus, I can agree. But these besides Buried and Malware are S tier maps, dude. And Terminus are S tier. Fucking, what are you doing? And then you got Noct, Moo, Noct, Bus, Farm, and Citadel in D tier. I'm leaving. I'm leaving from I'm leaving from this. Oh, that was terrible. That was horrible. Oh my god. What kind of ad am I getting this time? It's not. There's no ad this time. That was too funny. I did not anticipate to see that pop up in my gay test. I've never seen that before. That's so funny. That's too funny. Maybe I should have taken it and see what it says. Well, what will the answer be? That'd be pretty funny. All right, let's see what we got. Mobs, zombies. Okay, zombies and space clan S tier. Respect it. Buried. Ancient Evil. Okay, Ancient Evil is a fun map. I like. It's not S tier for me, but it probably is S tier for a lot of other people. Dead Ops Arcade, all in A tier. That's interesting. Dead of the Night. Blood of the Dead. No. Terminus and Citadel, very respectful, but I don't think that perfect. Okay, these are okay. I guess having all the World at War maps in D tier isn't too bad. I was not saying, like, you just can't put it in trash. Like, you could put it in, like, if we're doing this for perfect, great, good, average, bad, trash, like, you can put it in bad, average, or good. But, like, you can't put it higher than that. Like, you just can't. Like, that's why this one is better. So, definitely better. Oh man, that was that was too great. All right, that's all I'm gonna do for it today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.